Welcome back to the channel. This is Andrew, running with Dr. Andrew, and today's midweek training talk. Alright guys, today I'm doing a 2-mile warm-up and try to do a 8-mile tempo run with at least a mile cool down afterwards. And so definitely gonna be a little tough, but hey, we can do it. Alright guys, let's go running. Just finishing a 2-mile warm-up, and so it's about 8:47 minute pace, and so then we're going to do the 8-mile tempo run and see how that goes. Is definitely try at least 8-minute pace on the average, maybe a little faster. We'll kind of see how the legs feel there. All right guys, let's get it done. Just finished my 8-mile tempo run with I think it was 1 hour and 2 minutes 17 seconds. It was 7:46 minute pace, so definitely a pretty good pacing there. And now I got just a couple, I'm gonna do just a couple mile cool down. That should be the end of this afternoon's run. I may run just a couple more miles just to cool down this evening on the treadmill, but overall it was a good run. So it's altogether 12 miles this afternoon, and great weather, about 64 degrees or so, so slight cool wind, so it felt pretty good today. And all right guys, time for the cool down. Welcome back everyone. I just got done with my tempo run. Today was a pretty good run. It was pretty challenging. I did a 2-mile warm-up, then an 8-mile tempo run at a 7:46 minute per mile pace for 8 miles. My last mile was a 7:14 mile, and so that's been my goal this whole marathon block, is to maybe make sure the last mile where I work really hard, so that way I have a better time. I build up strength for those longer mileage, you know, whenever you're getting to the end, my legs seem to get tired at the end of a race, so definitely I've been trying to get a little faster on each of those ending mileage there. And so that's, this week I've completed about 20 miles with that, and so we're getting pretty close to tapering, so I'd like to talk to you about something called where you actually have tapering. You have pain while you taper. And it's a very common thing that happens, and I've never had thought about that before until I read about this, that you can actually start to have some phantom pain, you know, just, you know, you're sitting there and all of a sudden you just feel this cramp or whatever, and you know, that's never happened this whole training block. And I've noticed that here lately, since last week, I had decreased my mileage quite a bit from 60 miles down to 34 miles just because of the work schedule, and started noticing a little bit of pain. So that's in these, I read an article, Runner's World, so that's totally normal. Basically, when you have some microscopic healing of those tissue, they actually have time to rest, getting more sleep, resting a little bit more, and so that makes sense. Whenever you're out there running, you're getting a little bit more repair, and so those muscles may kind of cause some phantom pain. So those are not injuries; they're just your body repairing itself from all the mileage that you did, all the hard work that you did. So that way, when you get down to the marathon, your body is ready to do its thing, to run at your pace that you want. So that way, that you've been training all this time for, and that's kind of a normal thing, which is kind of makes a lot of sense with runners that might have some pain. And so you may be a little bit more susceptible to injury. So definitely be careful during those taper runs. So don't, you want to go and try to get all these mileage in, and you're, because you're so used to, you're pumped up to do all this mileage. And so definitely, if you're in taper, just to be patient, allow yourself to gently taper down, and then your body will get used to that. And by the time you get down the race, you'll be ready to have fresh legs on the start line, and everything will be nice and repaired. So, be careful during this tapering time, because you want to, prevent any type of injuries, because you are more susceptible to injuries during that time. And which will be unfortunate. You did all that training, and then the last couple of weeks you get an injury because you thought you might need to do a little bit extra mileage there too. So and so that's kind of talking about the this week's training talk is definitely, I think it's very appropriate to now, because we're starting, there's probably going to be some marathons starting pretty soon, like in, March. We've got the Boston Marathon coming up. There's several different marathons around the world that are going to be, so definitely if you're out there training for the marathon, definitely if you're starting to have some pain at the end of your program, or some weird sharp pains or whatever, and they kind of go away really quickly, and they have all these phantom pain type of things, that's okay. I actually had a little bit of knee pain that wasn't bothering me. I wasn't limping. It's just like, oh, there's this little bit of pain that I didn't have. Even after all the mileage that I did, the week that I did 77 miles, didn't have any pain at all. Even the following week when I did 60. So, last week was kind of a recovery week. So definitely starting to feel more of that type of feeling there. So it's totally normal for that. And so this concludes this video. So I hope everyone's doing great out there. Let me know how your training's going this week. Are you doing any type of tempos? This week was, again, the Tuesdays are my tempo day, so that's what I usually do whenever we do the training talk videos. So let me know how everything's going for you as well. I'd like to know, so that way we can cheer you on. So I hope everyone keeps safe out there, keep running, and we'll see you next time.